The altcoin market as a whole is seeing a nice move here on the day, with majority of them in the green. However, there are two standout altcoins here in terms of their performance over the past day, including SUI, SUI, and Worldcoin, WLD, both of which are making moves off the back of some specific news to each of these projects. So in today's episode of the Everything Crypto Show, I want to break down what the news was for both of these altcoins and whether or not I think that these explosive moves to the upside can continue. Now, before we hop into the content, just a friendly reminder that I am not a financial advisor, nor do I offer any sort of financial advice on YouTube. I am simply here for your crypto news and entertainment purposes. And if you do find the videos informative or entertaining, maybe even both, please consider hitting that sub and like button so you can be notified when all of our latest videos go live on the channel, as we do try to bring you guys regular updates on what is happening with both Bitcoin and the altcoin market as a whole, or specific altcoins like we are going to be discussing today, as both SUI and Worldcoin have seen some news that have sent their prices moving to the upside here. So if we actually take a look at CoinMarketCap, if we take a look here, we can see that over the past 24 hours, as of the time of this recording, Worldcoin and SUI are the two biggest movers here out of the top 100, up 12.86 and 12.65% respectively. And these are not just random moves. There actually was pretty significant news for both of these altcoins that have sent them to the upside. And in the case of SUI, we're going to talk about it, but both of these pretty much just involve, institutional and big money entering these altcoins specifically, or the potential for that. So in the case of SUI, we can see here that this coin is up 12.5% on the day. Over the past 7 days, this coin is up 31%, currently ranked 29th place in terms of its market cap with 2.7 billion behind it. And if you don't know what SUI is, it's actually a relatively new blockchain over here. It is a new layer 1, and if you actually take a look here, their website is boasting some of the impressive stats that this layer 1 does offer in terms of the transaction speed, in terms of the time to finality. So 297,000 TPS and about 400 milliseconds on average for time to finality. And you can see here that the gas fees as well for SUI basically have remained constant, even as there are a lot of transactions happening per epoch. So this layer 1 has caught a lot of attention here as sort of just like a new layer 1 in the space. And as it has quickly kind of climbed the ranks and currently sits in the top 30, we saw today some pretty big news from Grayscale that they launched the SUI Trust, open to eligible accredited investors seeking exposure to SUI, a third-generation blockchain designed to help address scalability and transaction costs. Now, when they say accredited, that is basically just another word for institutional investors, okay? And there's more information here on the website about the blockchain itself, and more so just about the actual trust that they have opened up. So if we take a look at the investment objective, Grayscale SUI Trust is one of the first securities solely invested in and deriving value from the price of the token that enables investors to gain exposure while avoiding basically, having to actually buy the altcoin themselves. So SUI is a digital asset that is created and transmitted through the operations of the peer-to-peer SUI network, a decentralized network of computers that operates on cryptographic protocols. The SUI network allows people to exchange tokens of value called SUI, which are recorded on a public transaction ledger known as a blockchain, pretty similar to a lot of other layer 1s out there. If you do want to learn more about this layer 1, feel free to check out their website. They do break down a lot of different stuff, including the total value locked sitting at 611 million. I believe it currently sits in 12th place across all blockchains in terms of TVL, 18.19 million active accounts, 4.58 billion total transactions for this altcoin. So this is why SUI has seen such a big move on the day. because basically institutional investors are now going to be able to actually get exposure to this altcoin without having to go through an exchange. They can simply buy the trust here from Grayscale, which is one of the biggest, if not the biggest, actual crypto asset manager in the world. So pretty significant news there for this new layer 1. And if we take a look at the chart for this altcoin as well, okay, I am seeing something pretty interesting here, as it looks like it does potentially want to break out of a range it has been trading in. So here's the initial ICO for this token back in May of 2023. It started off at about $1.97, wicked all the way down here to about 38 cents, and then it went ahead and ran all the way up to about $2.17. So from the bottom of that initial ICO to its current all-time high, I mean, we're talking about a move of about 461%. Now, since then, this coin did basically make a full round trip. Not completely. Its prior bottom was about 37 cents. It came in here at about 47 cents back in August. But we can see here that a pretty strong area of support for this coin comes at the 58-cent level, where it did bounce off of in late last year before running up to that 217 zone. And then most recently, again, here on the altcoin downturn that we saw from March to August, July here, we can see that it did bounce once again off of that 58-cent level. Now, looking up for this altcoin, there is a pretty key area of price action at the $6 range, okay? It acted as resistance here on the initial ICO, acted as support here on that run up, and on the way back down, you can see, if we take a look right in this specific area, that it was kind of just like a big battleground for the price action before it broke down. Now we actually have this altcoin trying to once again reclaim that level. It is above its bull market support band at the moment, and if it can actually hold above that $1.06 level, make its way back above there and hold, we can see the next key area for price action, in my opinion, comes into play at about the $1.37 range, which did act as support and then resistance back here in April, as the altcoin market was kind of making that move to the downside. So pretty big news for Sui, and that's why we are featuring it in this video, as you know, this Grayscale trust, I believe, was a massive catalyst for the explosive price action that we had seen. Now, I do want to talk about Worldcoin as well, and if you are not familiar with Worldcoin, this is actually a project led by Sam Altman, who is the creator of ChatGPT. Maybe not the creator, but the CEO of OpenAI at the moment that does run ChatGPT. Now, Worldcoin has been a very, very controversial project since its launch, okay? And if we actually take a look at the chart, this thing did go on a huge run up at one point, you know, from $1 all the way up to, where was this, $11.69. So this thing basically, you know, went up like 11.5x from September of 2023 up until March of 2024. And then similarly to the, you know, just the broader altcoin market, this thing has pulled back since then, now sitting back down at about $1.55. However, on the day here, this coin is up over 12%, and the reason for that is because the United Arab Emirates signaled an investment into OpenAI, the company behind ChatGPT. So OpenAI is basically seeking to raise capital here, and the United Arab Emirates signaled that they could potentially be investing in the company. So this one's a little bit trickier. I mean, not trickier, but in the sense that it's kind of like an indirect catalyst, okay? Because they are not investing in Worldcoin, but they are investing or potentially looking to invest in ChatGPT, and both ChatGPT and Worldcoin do have the same person behind it in the form of Sam Altman. Now, if we take a look at Worldcoin, we can actually see that this area right here, about $1.55, is in fact a key area for the price action, acted as support for multiple weeks here before Worldcoin went on that initial run up to, you know, pretty much that $12 zone, and it basically did a round trip all the way back down. So Worldcoin at the moment sitting at that $1.55 level, kind of looking to see how it responds here. And then if we take a look above, I mean, the next key area of support or resistance that I'm personally looking at would be at about the $2.06 level. And if you take a look at that, I mean, that's basically right here. Let's call it $2.6. And this once again did act as support here in late 2023. And it actually acted as resistance here in July as Worldcoin tried to break above, was not able to, and came back down to that $1.55 zone. So Worldcoin potentially looking to actually make a move back above this area, or up to this area rather, if it can hold the $1.55 here as support and potentially continue on its next leg up. So that is all we got for today's video. These were the 2 largest movers over the top 24 hours. Let me know in the comments down below if you want to see more videos like this. I will be uploading more regularly, and I am definitely trying to just take a look at the broader altcoin market and have this channel effectively be like a one-stop shop for all the news that you need when it comes to both Bitcoin and altcoin. So if you enjoy this type of content, please let me know by dropping a comment down below. So on that note, I hope you all enjoyed the content in today's video. I hope you are all staying happy, safe, and healthy, and I hope to catch you in the next one. Peace out for now.